Hello, hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Love, Truth, and Beauty. Do it yourself for divine in the flesh, where together we learn how to surf and navigate the ups and downs of the totality of human experience, composing a new earth beyond the limitations of this perception managed reality matrix of 5 senses, embodying our true divine creative natures and our true sensual sensorial world of 7 senses, creating formless into form. Before we get started, please do give this video a thumbs up. Please also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the all setting so that when I upload, the YouTube will let you know. I generally upload Tuesdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern. My name is Maria West. I am your hostess of the highest, here to download, upload, inspire, and usher you into your bestest and brightest light, your bestest and brightest selves, and inviting you all to open your hearts wider and wider and wider still. How are you, my darlings? Welcome to episode 63. We are still surfing and navigating the download and uploading of reality creation and tuning into and locating our respective power plugs so that we can plug into our respective creation fields. So, keep on keeping on with all of your practices, my loves. For today's video, I want to address a common theme that has come up in the latest course. I just finished teaching on a deeper dive of reality creation over the last 4 weeks. We had to split the class into 2 groups, an advanced and a beginner's course. In addition, several of you here emailed me about the subject as well. So our topic today, loneliness and awakening. Because, my loves, this is an actual thing and not to be taken lightly, because this is very, very heart-wrenching when it happens. So we need to take this very seriously with great intentional loving care. Several of you emailed me to share your successes with reality creation and exiting the matrix, entering into your center screens and composing realities, intending goals, and having very, very quick results. Congrats. However, there are also those of you who have expressed that there seems to be a toll to pay. Now, are these excess potentials and balancing forces coming in, or is this just the nature? Good questions, my love. So we're going to look at this. In that some of you reported that key relationships have shifted into some unexpected adversarial nature, losses, spouses, partners, business partners, significant others, boyfriends, girlfriends, friendships seemingly coming apart because of the awakening process, and perhaps your upgraded energies with your new higher lifelines and vibrancy perhaps no longer compatible with those around you. It happens. Now, I've spoken before on the cost of truth, and I will link that video up in that corner and also link it in the description box, because the nature of truth and awakening, very, very similar. These are along the same lines, but specifically today we're going to address the loneliness factor, also known as existential angst, where you feel forsaken, thrown for a loop, thrown out into the wilderness of stark emptiness. No one familiar around who can hold space for you or relate to you. With whom you can speak to candidly about your process, about your excitement, about your discoveries, about the nature of reality and its absolute pliability once you've exited the matrix. A lot of people are going to look at you and just wonder what the fuck you're talking about. Okay? So I'm going to offer here my own process of facing that beast of loneliness whilst undergoing a deeply spiritual and transformational unraveling, one that I've had to do and undergo, and without any other alternatives, I've had to go through this stuff alone. It's a combination of terrifying and exhilarating, despairing and hopeful, wistful, activating an ancient longing to answer the unanswerable questions, perhaps, like, where is my home? Where are my people? Who am I? Where do I belong? It's the process of reclaiming yourself to yourself. I want to also state that the awakening process is not a one-off event, my loves. It is ongoing. Some say that it is eternal, and that from lifetime to lifetime we meet up with souls with whom we're given yet another chance to connect, to correct. And so the surges and the purges in personal, professional relationships as we progress spiritually will be cyclical. At least it has been for me. Perhaps it won't be for you. This current purge that I'm on has been accentuated by 7/19 and the differing of views and opinions of the various world's shit shows within the matrix. And quite frankly, I've had very few in my life with whom I can even broach these subjects in a manner where I can feel understood and received, because these people have also overgrown, grown into the waking up self-awareness process of exiting the matrix, entering into their center screens, and operating primarily from their center screens, and being able to converse with me regarding these topics and my process, their process, from the center screen. Rare indeed, but so extremely powerful and meaningful. I've recently had the experience of quite a number of stinging cosmic bitch slaps from the universe and former colleagues and folks I once believed in as friendlies coming at me for having different views. That view where all I once objected got dropped into neutral. Finally seeing my folly of pushing up against all the shit that I don't like, only to invoke the excess potential energies and balancing forces that come to equalize. A lot of folks are accusing me of sort of selling out and going ultimately woo-woo. You know what? Whatever. So I'm yet amidst another purge of the false agents of friendships within the matrix. Now, these folks are very good at pretending, but there are some telltale signs. And this is tricky, my loves, in that I know for myself, I do my best to discern, and yet it is so easy as fuck to fall asleep within the matrix, particularly when a seemingly good matchup in friendship, in a friendship that you've longed for, leans toward immense importance, which I personally mistook for happiness and enthusiasm and, oh my fucking God, a kindred spirit, yay, hooray for me, only to feel wrecked by her distortion, her erratic behavior, triangulation, two-faced behavior, so typical in folks who are, in fact, narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, but are crafty in their speech as they have studied you, like scholars, the ins and outs of tactical manipulation, in addition to obeying specific friendship scripts, typical in dysfunctional, toxic relationships, typified in the matrix. And in my avoidance and unconsciousness around the actual red flags, I gave this person a pass, effectively engaging, frailing, or so I thought, from reality transurfing, only to be bested by her. After all my efforts to truly care for and give to this person, and not just the benefit of the doubt, but actually believing that she was my friend and had my back. Not really. The fallout of such a dive into, honestly, I gotta own it, being fucking sound asleep at the wheel of composing my reality regarding my goal of materializing intentional, mutually beneficial friendships after a long stay in my purposeful hermitage. Now, hindsight, it's 2020, babies, but I gotta take full responsibility for my folly, foolhardy fuck up of a choice, in that not once did this person ever ask me how I was doing or engage me in any other way than to bend my ear about her thises and that's, all of which revealed a character to me that reflected, huh? What the fuck? As I observed all of the triangulation tactics with mutual acquaintances. Now, allowing myself to grieve my disappointment and take full responsibility for my own leanings towards wanting a woman friend so badly with whom I could do fun girly things with, brought on exactly the opposite of what I intended. Okay, so during any expansion, my loves, whether spiritual or what have you, be very aware of where your attention is. I thought, okay, I believed that when I was intending my new reality of friendships with women in particular, that I was in fact in my center screen and out of the matrix, when in fact I was still within the matrix, therefore subject to all the usual scripts of me giving passes to bad behavior, questionable character, because I didn't want to appear judgmental, rejecting, and dismissive, which I have been accused of time and time and time again when I've made choices to ghost relationships that have clearly expired. Okay, so it is a fine line, my darlings. In the process of awakening, your focus naturally shifts from outward to inward. You will notice an increased sensitivity to distorted energies and bullshit. You will be able to see through the fakes and the flakes, the users and abusers, and give zero passes and zero tolerance. In other words, when people show you exactly who they are, you believe them, and the universe will conspire to show this to you, okay? Your connection to the divine will be deepened, while false connections will be exceedingly obvious and in your face. In other words, when they zig, you're gonna zag, as your energies are no longer congruent. Let it go. Let them go. Let the universe sweep that away so that you can make room for the powerful, meaningful, loving, mutually beneficial relationships that you intend can come in. You may be accused by those close to you who cannot accept the higher versions of you, that you've changed, that you've become someone else, that you've abandoned them, that they no longer know who you are. This can be exceedingly painful and very threatening. I've known folks who have been slapped with sudden divorce papers because of the awakening process that they're going through. I've had friends actually tell me that they preferred the old version of Maria, the Maria who was constantly being taken advantage of, to the new, empowered, boundaries-activated Maria who was practicing her favorite word, now, and conserving her resources. I've learned to ghost people and relationships and be okay with choosing myself as a focus, along with my well-being as a priority, after years of sacrificing my own well-being for others. Give yourself permission to go there as well. You may have to become a hermit for longer periods of time. For myself, I've had years of hermitage and choosing to not interact with people, except for my clients and students, the majority of whom are not privy to my personal life. This can be extremely challenging, particularly because within the matrix, the hermit is often seen and judged as an outcast, an eccentric, crazy person, a drifter who's been banished for some wrongdoing, a person who can't get along with people, a person who chooses not to conform to those perfunctory societal PC behaviors that civilized lion people undertake and pretend they're okay with. So when undertaking the divine hermitage, wake yourself up, see yourself, see reality. Exit the matrix and enter into your center screen and compose your reality for powerful, meaningful relationships from here. Think about the qualities of relationship that you want to intend for yourself and journal about them. When I first entered into my initial hermitage, I was recovering from a long-term relationship with a bona fide narcissist sociopath psychopath, the likes of which shattered my core despite my outward success and travel schedule and all of my engagement. I kept mainly to myself, spending hundreds of hours in tears, processing the loneliness of that relationship and then the loneliness that followed that reckoning. So be gentle. Know that during the many periods of the awakening process, you're going to be questioning yourself. You're going to be questioning your purpose and who you are and what you truly want and what you're truly here to do, and withdrawing from all the societal norms, the social norms. And this is exactly what are required in facing the dark nights of the soul and all its various iterations. Your values will shift from the lusting and striving for money and fame and fortune and importance and outward accumulation of possessions and material goods and the typical norm of toxic dysfunctional relationships and destructive habits within the matrix in order to conform to its nonsense come hell or high water, to inward concerns of well-being, peace, love, truth, beauty, creativity, integrity, powerful meaning relationships, starting with yourself. You may discover that activities that were once go-tos to distract you from your pain are now repulsive and distasteful and even more painful than your original pain. You may discover the ease and grace of choosing your peace over other people's constant string of dramas and negativity and serving their egoic needs along with yours. You may discover that your dietary needs have changed drastically as well. You may discover that silence is golden. Even your taste in music can shift. You may also discover how truly epic, awesome you are. Whatever new leanings arise, explore them with great care, great openness and compassion, intent and curiosity. Allow yourself to disengage from technology and social media. Turn that shit off, kids, okay? Perhaps learn to have a meal on your own. Make a meal for yourself. In one hermitage, I got rid of a giant dining room table and replaced it with a grand piano so as to help me move through my grief and loneliness of feeling no longer connected to people that I love, no longer cooking meals for them. Totally weird, surreal experience, but I had to do it. Adopt self-love and self-care and learn to relish and adore your own company, and intend to attract from here on out mutually conscious, powerful, meaningful, loving relationships free of gossip, backstabbing, two-faced erratic behaviors, and gaslighting. Focus on self-love and self-care if you haven't yet materialized these powerful, new, loving, meaningful relationships. One of the things I've discovered in facing my loneliness and hermitage is discovering that Earth really isn't my true home. And really grieving that and feeling that utter displacement from my home has allowed me to cultivate a new sense of belonging to myself and being at home within myself. Imogen Heap, my favorite pop star, has this song called Shine. And I love what she says. I will not cry, I will not die. No, shine. I will be there for me. Shine. I'll be just fine if I stay on mine. I'll shine. Shine. Yeah. Okay, loves. Shine away. That's my speech. Do take tender care of your expanding hearts, minds, bodies, souls. Remember, when exiting the matrix and moving into your center screen, this process requires your utmost attention and an inordinate amount of energy. So if you are tired and exhausted, do not push it. rest, try again later. Okay? Have fun with this, my babies. I love you guys so much. You guys got this. You can do this. I promise. It is our divine birthright for each of us to create formless into form. Okay? Please email me, DM me on the Facebook or the Instagram with any questions regarding this process, or if you're having trouble locating your power cord or you have any questions at all. We will continue on with this ongoing conversation of reality creation, as this is the true journey to waking up, leaving behind all traumas in the matrix and exiting the matrix without pushing up against it or making it wrong, leaving all the sleeping people lie in slumber, consciously creating your world and allowing your world to take care of you. Do give this video a thumbs up, comment about your experiences in the comments box below or in private. You can email me, let me know, let us all know what's working for you. What is it? What have you discovered? And also any suggestions for me as far as future video topics. And please share this video with your communities, friends, and family members and social media platforms, and also folks with whom you feel would benefit from my content. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the all setting so that the YouTube will let you know when I upload next. And if you find value, enjoy, or benefit from my videos and content, won't you please consider supporting my work through a donation? My PayPal link is right below, as is my contact information and Linktree master link that connects you with all of my stuff and the different ways you can connect and or work with me. I thank you all so much for your participation and focus and attention. I really do appreciate it. So until next time, be the love that you are. Share your love. Always act from love. Create from your center screen. Be creative, be kind, be helpful, be generous. Here's to love, truth, and beauty, my lovey doves. Mwah!